Remember, tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Hoping my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm all in now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm all in now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm all in now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die, let a night know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die, let a night know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We're back with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast on this Saturday, man. Y'all smash that like button, sub up to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already. Of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones. What I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional try-on hauls. Y'all know we have Music Monday as well, but this is Sold Out, where of course we continue the sneaker talk. We got a Sold Out Discord, which I have pinned at the top of the comment section, which is free to sign up. Definitely, you guys sign up if you want to get a sneak peek of what I'm wearing throughout the week. And also, just in case if I don't have time to post the content or if something just shock drops, it's most likely going to be there in the Discord first, right? Okay, so pretty much I'm not trying to make money off you guys. I'm just trying to keep the community alive here. Tonight's topic, man, we're going to do a update on Stevie Williams versus Eric Koston, and I guess you can say technically Nike SB. I did cover the story on Wednesday, but I'm going to be doing an update on that as well. We got the VF Corp Vans turnaround, which we've been covering that story ever since I kind of been going live, right? Okay, and then the former CEO of Nike looks like he's found a new job. I'll probably start there because that's going to be like the quick story. And then we'll go into the VF Corp. And then the Stevie Williams. Looks like he's done an interview with Complex. So I'm going to be covering that. I even found like a person who kind of just covers like sneaker skateboarding. And then I may even play a couple of his clips there because he kind of goes down a rabbit hole of kind of what the whole story is with this whole Nike SB and Air Max situation with the slogan, which ironically, I see what Stevie's talking about, and I've been telling you guys on Wednesday, like, you know, I am probably a skateboarder first, right? And I say that with a grain of salt. Do I skateboard now? No, but like Dunks can vouch for me. That's all we used to do back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I mean? Like, that's really kind of what brought me and Dunks together. You know what I mean? So salutes to Dunks. And I know everybody's been going for the crazy for those Air Max. No, my bad. For the Air Jordan 4, the green joints, you know what I'm saying? The undefeateds, right? Okay, I know everybody's been going crazy for that. I did put a survey up, so I'm actually going to pull that up first and start with that, because I want to see how many people actually called W's and how many people didn't, and then where are people's minds at. I see that some people saying like they really didn't care about them, some people saying they have, you know, but majority looks like people who entered the raffles did actually catch a W, and it looks like there are also rumors is they're gonna drop those on sneakers. So we'll be talking upcoming sneaker releases as well if you guys haven't figured it out. I am gonna touch the chat and then we'll talk upcoming sneaker releases as well. Just in case if I didn't say that. So y'all smash that like button as y'all come in and out. Y'all let me know if audio and visual is okay. I'm going to touch the chat real quick and get the party started because I'm only going to be on this joint for like an hour. So I want to make sure I hit all the topics. Y'all let me know if audio and visual is okay. Everything is looking good on my end. So you guys let me know if everything is sounding good there. So, let me test the chat real quick, then I'll share my screen on the survey I posted yesterday. Looks like we got a total of 338 votes on it, so we'll see what people are saying. Long Beach Show Jess in the building says salutes and respect to Polo in the chat. Let's get it. Yes, Sirski, man. You know what's up. Official Wild Boy SK in the building says, yerp, what's good with y'all? What up? What up? What up, Wild Boy? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Y'all smash that like button as y'all come in and out. Let's see. Divine says, what's good, Polo in chat? What up, Divine? What up? He said the 10 sold out because of the fear of missing out and people not copping the undefeated today. Dunks actually text me today and told me it was a tough cop. I don't think he actually caught the W, but he let me know, like, yeah, people are, you know, for the people who didn't hit or whatever situation happened, the reason you didn't get your W whenever you entered the raffle, for the people that's going for these joints, it was a tough cop. And, you know, you got to keep in mind for the people who, I don't see why people do this, but this is a thing, too. We got to keep in mind, there's plenty of people that are going to try to buy a quote-unquote double up. So you got to keep that in mind, too. You know, now the 10s, right? Me, the steel joints, right? Dunk said I was crazy because I didn't like the joints, but apparently it was going to be a tough cop anyway. To be honest, if you look at my drip or skip video, I was anticipating these joints to sit, but I guess me and my anticipation was very, 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 very wrong. Where we at real quick? Let's see. Devon says the 10 sold out. Read that part. Long Beach says audio and visual is good. Appreciate that. Long Beach Joe Jets. Appreciate that. But yeah, man, to be honest, dog, the 10s, I didn't think people were going to go crazy for them. Now, I've had 10s in the past. I've had like 3-4 pairs of 10s, right? Total. I sold all them joints because I really wasn't rocking them. Now, to play devil's advocate, and y'all know I always do, they are a comfortable shoe. So if you like the shoe and you're looking for comfortability, that is a shoe I feel like is a good shoe where, you know, it's dope. And if you're looking for comfortability and want to wear it all day, you can wear a 10 all day. And I know I'm sounding like contradicting because I'm like, well, why don't you have any pairs? But I don't know. I didn't feel like they looked right on my feet. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I didn't drip them right. You know what I mean? I don't know. Now, the reason these steals are like important is because this was allegedly was supposed to be the last like Jordan, you know what I mean? But obviously he came back because he did go to baseball at that point, and then he came back, and you know, obviously that's how we got the 11s, 12s, 13s, 14s, and what have you. But at one point, it was kind of rumor has it that the 10s were supposed to be the last Jordan, right? Of like that's of the number series, right? Devon says the 10s are dope, you know. Dunks is saying that. Me, I prefer without that toe cap joint, right? You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people are actually apparently liking the toe cap. So I don't really want to sound like I'm hating, but I mean, it's just me. Maybe it's a shoe that I probably just need to see in person too. You know, if I'm gonna keep it real. You know what I'm saying? But let me share my screen here, and I'm going to cover pretty much the survey I posted yesterday, and then we'll get this party started. Let me test the chat again real quick. Devon says Jordan should test the waters of going from 15 to 20s. I'm gonna be honest, dog. They have not as much recently, but I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of like a 1 through 14 guy. You know what I'm saying? But there are some numbers after 14 that are dope and definitely sold out too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna sit up here and say they shouldn't, but they gotta be selective with it. I thought they were doing that with whenever they did like the Wale joints with the which one was that? It was like they did an On My Gear joint, the joint that come in the briefcase joint. I can't think of the number. But I'm thinking like that joint, that's past 14. So you know what I'm saying? That was another one people actually go crazy for. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken, that's when he actually played on the Wizards when those joints came out. Where we at real quick? Rivero fam in the building says only 10 I have is the white OVO 10. They run a half size small to me, cool shoe, but not as comfortable as the 3s or 13s. Got you. I forgot Drake did do the 10 joints. He did. And this is my thing too, before we even go any further, dog. No disrespect. I don't know what Drake has done to the sneaker culture, but musically, Drake is up there, right? He's considered one of the GOATs. But when he comes over to the sneaker world, I don't know what the hell like, does he even try, or does he just like, hey, just put my name on it? You know, no disrespect to the people that got Drake's, but we don't really talk about Drake sneakers on the level of like we do Travis's. You know what I mean? That's all I'm trying to say. But yeah, I remember those OVO 10s. You know, I remember they did the OVO 12s as well, the OVO 6s. Those Raptor 4s, that was supposed to be a Drake kind of like unofficial collab, and that's when he was gonna go to Adidas, but then that's when the whole Kanye and Drake thing kind of blew up and he didn't go, from what I got from it, allegedly. Devon says the 17s. Yeah, so the 17s, right? A lot of people are a fan of those. I actually used to have a roommate back in the day. He had those joints, you know what I'm saying? And then there's a lightning version of it too. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I think it's all about how they deliver it and present it to us too. And I feel like they've been doing a great job of that this year too. You know what I mean? Shoes that we didn't think that would normally sell out have been selling out. I.e., great example, the Steel 10s, right? I personally didn't think they were going to sell out. But look, I mean, they not available, even with footwork, you know what I'm saying? I didn't think personally when they did the reimagined like 5 joints, right? You know what I'm saying? Earlier this year, I didn't think they were gonna sell out either, but they did. You know what I'm saying? So again, Jordan Brandon, I guess maybe the CEO change, safe to say, was a smart move on their part, you know? But let me share my screen with real quick on the survey. As y'all coming out, don't forget to smash that like button. Really means a lot to the kid. And let me share my survey for the undefeated survey I did yesterday. Because, you know, this was a big deal. People were going crazy over this shoe. Me, personally, I was too. I'm not going to lie. I was geeking over the joint. Now, rumor has it also is there is a friends and family pair with the Jumpman logo on the back. That's apparently going to be the limited pair. But, I mean, to be honest, let's just keep it 100. They may be doing that to troll us, but, I mean, the Nike OG logo on the back is where it's at. So I posted a survey yesterday. It said, did you get the W on the undefeated Air Jordan 4s? And I'm going to keep it 100, dog. I almost low-key was accepting my fate of the L. I was like, yo, you got an L, give up. You know, like not necessarily give up, but just go ahead and look what you got to do on the resale market, because whenever people said W's was running out or rolling out, dog, I'm talking about, I think they started rolling out around like 12 o'clock EST, like that's Eastern time. I'm gonna be honest, my joint, I didn't get a notification at like 2 o'clock, which I'm not mad, but also something told me deep down to be patient. Not only just Divine told me to be patient, but you know myself, I was like, just be patient, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully they're doing things right. So I'm excited to hopefully, knock on wood, if everything goes right, these are added to the arsenal. I mean, they charged my card, I got the notification, so yeah. Where we at? Official Wild Boy SK says, yeah, I don't like the Noctas, but his Jordans are cool. Yeah, the Nocta joints, I'm going to be honest, dog, they ain't it for me. Maybe a nice gym shoe, but that's about it. And that's not really a diss, but I mean, I know for a fact I ain't going to try to drip them or do XYZ with them. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. Let's see. Official Wild Boy SK says, I got mines at 11:17 a.m. Sheesh. That's nice. So obviously W's probably started rolling around 11, and then they just kind of trickled on. I feel like every hour on the hour. If I had to guess, and I don't know, right? Because I don't work for them. If I had to guess, they probably did drops based on the size, like so many per size every hour. And they were probably trying, hopefully, and this is just what I hope, right? And I don't know what they did. I hope they were trying to read out as many people that's trying to bot the shoe as possible. You know what I'm saying? Especially for the Run Fair joint, because for the people who don't know, right? And we had this meeting in the Goodfellas yesterday, right? For the people who's never entered on the Run Fair raffles, they charge a fee separately. This is the thing, right? This is the thing, when you enter the raffle, this is something you should know, and it could vary, but most of the times, all the raffles that I've entered, this is for like fun facts for the people who don't know. If you enter the Run Fair raffle joints, right? I'm not saying you shouldn't, because I have, and I've caught W's on them. But just know that you're going to get the price of the shoe. If your state has taxes, these are the things you should look at. Look, the shoe, right? Whatever the price is, right? I think these was $230. Whatever your tax is on that in your state, right? You got that. And ironically, when we was talking to one of the members in the Goodfellas about the California taxes, yeah, let's just say I don't want to move to Cali. No disrespect to Cali, but yeah, they taxes are crazy. But yeah, so you got the tax joint. Then you got the shipping joint, which I think was $15. So when you're all said and done, and then the Run Fair fee was $6. This is my thing. While they charge the shoe price, the taxes, and the shipping all on one, it's going to be a separate charge to your card for the Run Fair fee, which was $6. Hell, I've seen it go as far as up to $10 and some change. You know what I'm saying? So it makes $6 not sound as bad. But that's supposed to help with quote unquote, I guess, the botters or what have you. You know what I mean? It's supposed to make things better, And the only way to really around it, if you sign up for like a Run Fair account and you pay them some type of fee like monthly, if I'm not mistaken, but don't quote me on that. But yes, yeah, the kid felt that on his card. And I'm not mad though. As long as my shoes get here safely, I'm not going to trip. This is a shoe that we haven't really been going crazy over since 2005. It's one of those, I think it was only like 70 plus pairs that was actually released. So, I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of people are happy to have that notification in email. I know I am. You know what I mean? Where we at real quick, Long Beach says, that's why I can't stand those EQL raffles. They charge you if you win. But that's what they supposed to do, though. I mean, if you win, they're going to charge you. I will say this, to be fair, what I like about them, they don't charge you unless you hit. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Rivera says, Oregon, no sales tax, always clutch. Our income tax, on the other hand, he got the, hey, I feel you. This is my thing. That's the one thing. The states that don't have that, they usually get it on the back end. You know what I mean? Pause. That's pretty much what it is. Like, I know Texas is another state. I don't think they have any state taxes, but there's a lot of other hidden gems that people got to pay for down there. So it's like, it sounds good from the outside looking in, but I mean, to be honest, it's everybody's got their pros and cons about the state they live in. You know what I mean? Official Wild Boy says, how many pairs y'all think is it including the future sneakers drop? I'm thinking 150K. I would say probably even a little bit more than that, bruh. You know what I'm saying? This is what we were talking. We had this question in the Goodfellas as well, Wild Boy. We were like, I said this, right? I was like, yo, if I had to guess, they already know how many people this joint's gonna sell out. And I have a feeling they had some more where they're gonna get in production, because shipping is expected to drop at the end of the month. Now I know it could come earlier, it couldn't come sooner, but I have a feeling they're still gonna make a few more in production to make sure they accommodate. Because, I feel like if they would have did that, like, keep it rare type of joint, people would have like lost their minds on it. You know what I mean? So to answer your question, I would say roughly about 200K. You know what I'm saying? In the ballpark of 150, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's 200K, because if you think about it, we had the raffle on Undefeated, we had the drop on Undefeated, and then we got the sneakers drop as well. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if any other, like, you know, boutiques or anybody are going to get these, but I'll say roughly 200K. You know, 150 to 200K. So I'll give you that. Long Beach says, taxes in Cali are high as all get out. LA is 10% sales tax. What the hell? Yeah. Yeah. And the thing is, there's also like a local tax too, or something like that, that Big Money Sonny was telling us. Like, if they want to, they can impose that too. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, Cali is an expensive place to live, is what it sounds like to me. Where we at, Devon says, that's why I said I think Undefeated is going to try to get the inventory correct and get the shoes shipped before the 29th. I did see you posting that Discord. I'm kind of behind today because obviously I was in the chop shop. I was running errands. I'm going to get caught up. And I got to get caught up in the comment section as well. But, I mean, we'll see. Overall, I think majority of the sneaker community is happy. If you look at the survey I have on my screen, looks like majority of the people like are happy with this joint. Let's see. Official Wild Boy K says, they should charge you whether you hit or not. I heard botters be putting 25K entries, multiple by $5. They might hit 40 to 50 pairs, but they would have to sell a pair for $2 to $3 grand. I mean, it's damn if you do, damn if you don't type of situation, because some people are like, yo, by the time it dropped, I had the money on the card. You know what I'm saying? Ironically, situation where some people do, everybody does their finance difference, man. I mean, it's a tough call, you know. Maybe they should put the charger card and put the funds on hold, but here's the problem that comes into play with that. If you think about it, right? If I do that in a raffle and they put the funds on hold, in my mind, I feel like I've already gotten the W. You know what I'm saying? I've already gotten a W if you got it pending on my damn card, because at that point, I can't spend that, $230 plus $6 plus $15 shipping, roughly $270, $280. I can't spend that now. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking I got some shoes on the way. But I mean, what if they're like, oh, you didn't hit? Well, refund your car. And that's another thing too, why they probably don't do it, right? Think about this. And it's gotten better over the years, I've noticed. But whenever you pay for something with your card, they instantly is able to take it off. Now, if you ever had to do a refund and you pay with your card, what they say? Yeah, you should see the refund back on your card within 3 to 5 business days, Mr. Jones. Yeah, it took y'all a matter of a few seconds to take it off, but, 3 to 5 business days to put it back on. Now, I have, to be fair, that was a while ago. It has gotten better. The last refund I did on my card, it took 24 hours. But that was also through the week. What happens if it's on a weekend and, you know what I mean? Like, you got to wait to store operational hours. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. The refund joints, I feel like they got to do better with the cards. And it has gotten better. But you know what I'm saying? Who wants to have that pendant on a card and that still doesn't mean you got the shoe? You know what I mean? I get what you're saying, and I agree with you to a certain extent, but that also would make probably, I don't know. Like I said, it's a damn if you do, damn if you don't. But let's look at the numbers real quick on the raffle. So it looks like, I said, did you catch a W on the undefeated Air Jordan 4s? 47% said yes. So that's almost nearly 50% of the people out of this 338 votes have caught the W. 38% said no, and then 15% said they're still waiting on their notification. So if I had to guess, it's kind of like a 50-50 slot. If there is 150K pairs floating around, looks like half of the people are already hit already. You know what I'm saying? And for the people who haven't hit, don't take it personal, dog. Just try again. If you didn't hit on the undefeated drop today, hey, you got sneakers, knock on wood. And then you make your decision and pick your poison after that. That's what I would do. You know what I mean? Personally. But salutes to the people that did catch the W's. But let's go ahead and get started on some stories tonight real quick. I think I'm going to start with the former CEO John Donahoe lands a new role real quick because I feel like this will be pretty much a short story. This is a guy that used to be over Nike and looked like he's got a new role, right? Okay. Ironically, I'm not surprised. Even though, he had to step down and we got Elliott Hill now. So far, right? Question to everybody, right? I hate to compare the two, but I feel like it's kind of like a simple question here. John Donahoe versus Elliott Hill. And Elliott Hill kind of just been in the seat for what? Since like the end of last year. Have we noticed a difference in the Nike like releases since we got a new CEO? Have they been bringing back better heat or not? Just one question. Devon says, also, that's why people got to read the fine print. It says by the 29th and it's not on the 29th. I mean, true. That means your shoe should ship out by the 29th. It can ship out sooner. It can ship out after, slightly, worst case scenario, they'll ship out by then. But if not, you know what I mean? They'll ship out before. What I'm assuming, right, with all the releases stuff going down and the next shoe not coming out scheduled to drop to the 28th, if I had to guess, by the end of next week, we'll probably start seeing stuff shipped out slowly but surely. Because you also got to factor in the fact that the people who hit today on their website. So if I had to guess, all right, cool, they're done. They're not taking any more orders right now. People are at work and making stuff get shipped out. So if I had to guess, shipping is probably going to start late next week. I would have said you could probably see something that's probably as early as probably like a Friday, right? And that's fair, you know what I'm saying? Because these are I'm assuming it's a lot of orders. A lot of fucking orders. You know what I'm saying? Look at it this way. Let's just go off of Wild Boy SK's number, right? 150K. If it's 150K pairs right now, right? And I'm assuming there's probably 50 more K with sneakers, right? But let's say it's 150K right now. They got to ship it out to all the people that got hit. You know what I'm saying? They're only human. Think about it. It's 150 us with orders and what? 50 to 60. Even if it's 100 people working together to get the shoes shipped out, 150 versus 150K, that's still going to be time consuming, dog. Making sure you match the address right, get the sizes right in the box. That's what you're hoping what's happening behind the scenes. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. So, yeah, you gotta be a little... This is my thing. Because I think it was Divine when they're like, yo, they take forever to ship out, worst case scenario. Hey, if you ever bought something off the Travis Scott website and they said 13 to 16 weeks to see your product ship, that means you gotta wait 16 weeks, worst case scenario, and then another additional week to 2 weeks or however long it takes to get the shit to you. Hey, this don't seem so bad. That's all I'm saying. Where we at real quick? Devon says, think about it. Why would the shoe ship by the time there's a sneakers release drop for it? Exactly. My thing is this, it'll probably start shipping around that time, and then sneakers will probably do theirs, because I have a feeling sneaker shipping and their shipping, they're not necessarily going to be the same individuals. Maybe so, but I have a feeling they got their own warehouses of shipping and how they're going to handle it. Think about this too, right? If you technically catch a W on sneakers app, you're kind of in the W. Because let's put it this way, right? Quote me if I'm wrong, or correct me if I'm wrong. $15 for shipping on this undefeated raffle joint. $15 plus the run fare fee, right? Now, if you hit on sneakers, you just have to worry about the price of the shoe and if your state charges taxes. You got the option for free shipping on sneakers, right? That's $15, which I know you're saying that don't sound like a lot, but hell, it is a lot whenever you already paying $230 out the gate, plus they want $15 more from you, plus they want sales tax, plus they want $6 for the run fare fee. You know? Yeah, big difference. Now, to play devil's advocate, you be like, well, that's fair if I got my shoe. Especially if you really, really want a shoe like this. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's pros and cons no matter how you look at it. Slayer says, what's Gucci Sneaker Squad? What up, Slayer? What up? Where we at real quick? Let's see. Devon says, We read that part. There's a sneakers release to drop for it. Okay, I think that's why the shoe would think about it while we read that part. Devon says, "What up, Slayer? What up, Long Beach? Yo, Jets." He got salutes going to him. Slayer at Devon with the praying hands, and Slayer says, "Every dollar." Exactly, dog. It don't sound like a lot, but it can add up real quickly. But let me read through this first article real quick for John Donahoe, and then we will transition on to the VF Corp, and then we will cover the Stevie Williams towards the end of the live, and then we will talk upcoming sneaker releases to wrap this thing up here for like the last what we're going to be on the joint for roughly another 25 minutes. It says, less than a year after parting ways with Nike, John Donahoe has taken on a new role, this time in a more academic setting. The former Swoosh executive is heading back to Stanford University, where he completed his MBA and is now stepping in as a school next athletic director. His first official day is set for September 8th. Not counting nobody's pockets, but I'm very curious if there's a price difference of what he's getting paid there versus working at Nike. I'll leave it right there. It could be more, it could be less. Y'all let me know what y'all think, right? Where we at real quick. Donahoe originally stepped into the top spot at the Beaverton in the late 2019 following the departure of the longtime CEO Mark Parker. He brought with him a resume stacked with leadership roles at major digital companies like eBay and PayPal, experience that seemed aligned with Nike's push toward e-commerce and digital integration. During his time at the helm, Nike posted record sales numbers, but his data the direct consumer heavy approach was the DTC approach, received mixed reviews from a longtime fans and industry watchers. Many felt the swoosh lost some of its cultural edge in connection with the consumers, something Nike had mastered during its early heyday. So my thing is this. Should Nike still just do direct consumer? But I mean, that answer is kind of already redundant, because if you really think about it, they're like starting to push their stuff out and more like of their third parties, so to speak, like Foot Locker and DTLR and Finish Line and what have you, right? But this is my thing, right? I think that he was feel like these guys were doing a lot of stuff shady behind the scenes but couldn't prove it. So it's like, we'll do direct consumer, we'll handle our own products, which this is my thing. It's kind of one of those, it will save them money, but they got to put up a lot of money up front first, and it was probably costing them more money than what it's worth, if I had to guess. Devon says, imagine they ship your shoe on the 29th, and if people hit on the sneakers, and knowing Nike quick shipping, the ones that hit on sneakers will get their pair before the EQO raffle. I'm going to be honest, Devon, I wouldn't be surprised that it actually happens. Meaning, right, the people who hit, I wouldn't be surprised if the people who hit on sneakers get their pairs faster than the people who hit on the Undefeated website. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Should it happen? No, because in reality, the shoes are done with right now, and we got a whole rest of the month of August, because August literally first just started yesterday. Today is the 2nd, right? If I'm not mistaken, right? Pretty much, I would hope, at best, everybody has their pair at least a week in advance before Nike's drop. I would hope. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either, is what I'm saying. By late 2024, Nike decided to go in a new direction, tapping seasoned company veteran Elliott Hill to take over. Hill's return from the retirement marked a shift back towards storytelling, cultural relevance, and two areas where many believe Nike has started to fall behind. In other news, Adidas braced for a $218 million tariff blow. And I'm not going to talk tariffs tonight, even though I do have a tab for tariffs. I don't plan on talking about that tonight. So there you go. Donahoe has found a new position right here. You can even see this on Complex as well. So he's going to be the director at Stanford's. So I'm very curious what he's going to do there. I'm not going to read through this whole article because it kind of really just breaks it down already in the previous article. But there you go. I mean, a guy that was once Nike CEO is now over doing athletics director for Stanford. And I'm not saying that's a bad gig. I'm not saying that's a bad gig at all. So let's transition on to the VF Corp. The says the Vans turnaround is coming together as skate comes back into focus, and ironically will transition into skating for Stevie Williams and the whole like SB beef. I'll close it out. I'll start that roughly in the next like 10 minutes. I think I'm going to be on a great time management here tonight. Where we got Slayer says the undefeated fours look like resale prices rather than retail prices. This is my thing. They were once, think about this. There was a person, right? I'm not going to say who, when, or what. Y'all do your researches. I have a feeling y'all watch more than just me, right? And that's okay. I'm not mad. But there is an individual who did a review and on feet and said they paid $1,500 for them things. Not me. Not me. Now, I have looked at the resale market since then. I think they're sitting at around $600 right now on the resale market. But this is my thing, too. If I had to guess, once people start getting their pairs in hand, they're going to drop a little bit more. And me and Divine was saying it's to $350 to $400. I'm going to say probably closer to $400 now, right? Wait till the sneakers drop and they get their pairs. Well, that'll know the true, like, what the number is. And then around the holiday season, we'll see them peak up. I say when it's all said and done, they're going to sit at roughly about $400 to $500, which they're sitting at like $600 now. But I think they're going to take a slight dip to $350 to $400, which if you ain't got a pair by then, you got to do what you got to do. And then at that point, I'll say they'll probably sit around $400 to $500. Worst case scenario. That's worst case scenario in my opinion. Where we at real quick, Devon says that would be a bad look on Undefeated as a brand if that happened. It may be, but at the same time, were they ready for this big mass drop? Now I know what you're probably thinking, Devon's like, they should be if they're gonna do that. If you're gonna step out there and drop that many pairs and allow that many people to win, you should already have the staff available to make sure it is. But I don't think it necessarily be a bad look. It's going to sound ugly at first, but once everybody get their pairs, we're going to be like, oh, God, thank you. You know what I mean? Because the stress is over, you know? So, yeah, I feel like it'll be a small, slight, bad look, but I don't think it'll break them. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Long Beach says, was that Jay that paid that much? I don't think it was him. I don't know. I don't know what nobody. I'm not gonna say who, when, or what, right? But there, I don't know. I don't know. Just know that there is a sneaker YouTuber out there that said out of their own mouth on their video that said they paid $1,500 for them things. Y'all, you go down the rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? Ain't that many. Think about this. Ain't that many like reviews of the joint up? So that it should narrow it down very quickly. You know. Long Beach says, I agree. I think $350 to $400 is where they'll sit on the resale market. Yeah, that's what me and Divine was saying in the Goodfellas, bro. I think $350 to $400 when it's all said and done. Slayer says, I saw those rare Air 4s are sitting on sneakers. They are, but keep in mind too, back to school is happening right now too. They're going to move too, slowly but surely. I'll say this, by the end of August, early September, you probably won't find one. Now I know what you're saying, right? That like people will say that's a brick. That's not a brick. That means if Nike still sells their product at the price they wanted to sell it for, even if it takes a little while, which that's really not long. If a shoe sells out in a month, that still's good in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's used to the instant sellout. But if a shoe still sells in a month, that's still good in my opinion. You know what I mean? Where we at real quick? Devon says, we're not going to say names. Devon says, just go to Discord. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's there. It's there. Long Beach says, laugh my ass off. Salutes Devon and Slayer. Slayer says, they cool, but I'll pass. Them joints fire to me, dog. I don't regret my purchase at all. I really don't regret my purchase at all. I love them. I love them. I'm not going to say like sneaker of the year love them, but they dope though. They dope. Devon says, I heard a sneaker YouTuber say they can tell the difference between the gold and the white pair. No, yeah, yeah. I bet they can. Right? And y'all know me. I went on this rant too when I did my pickup vlog. I was like, yo, to be honest, sure. If I see them, maybe like this is my thing from a distance. Hell no, I'm not gonna be able to tell the difference. Now, if it's like if we back in the crib chilling or whatever, and you be like, yeah, check out my pair. I'm like, oh, you got the gold joints. But that don't mean that shit ain't fire though. You know what I'm saying? It's not bad. But yeah, I mean, to each their own, man. Some people do this stuff for clicks, man. It is what it is. But let's focus on this one real quick, and then we'll transition on to the Stevie Williams situation for like the last 10 minutes of the live. It says CEO Bracken Darrell credited brand's president son, Chloe, for increase, and I think that's Chloe actually, but I'm gonna say Chloe, for increasing supply and variety in the brand's latest products. VF Corp President and Chief Executive Officer Bracken Darrell is a bullish on the return of Vans, despite the California-based skate shoe brand reporting a 14% decline in sales in the first quarter of the fiscal 2026 to $498 million. The CEO noted that the things are really coming together for Vans in the company's earnings call with the analysts on Wednesday. Let me keep going here. It says, if you didn't notice, there was a strong reaction to the sheer number of skate-inspired silhouettes featured by many luxury brands and pairs this year. Darrell told analysts on the call, there are the style centers and there's the test makers. Trends start in the luxury market, as we see in Fashion Week for the Timberland with Louis Vuitton, and it says last June. I'm not suggesting that Vans will be growing 9% a year from now, but I am excited to see that the tide turning on the skate style shoe and luxury wear trends start. So pretty much they're saying they're going to make a comeback here, hopefully. Now, I haven't had a pair of Vans since probably, I want to say high school, dog. And that's stretching it too. And I haven't been in high school in years. And I'm not saying stuff has fell off, but I mean, Jordan Brand and Nike them have really took off too. But they had, under this VF Corp, it used to be Supreme, even though Supreme's not under there no more. And we know how we feel about Supreme. It says the CEO added that the retailers are also starting to show more interest in Vans. He cited a 50% increase in the appointment bookings at Paris Fashion Week in June, including new accounts and retailers who walked away from the Vans in recent years. Let's see, in terms of the new product, Darrell credited Vans brand's president, son, Chloe, who joined last year from the Lululemon, right? I haven't had anything from them, for increasing supply and variety in the brand's latest products that already have the strongest interest, like the Super Low Pro and the Korean Cable Skate, and the latest from the OTW and the Pinnacle offering. It says, we're also seeing encouraging signs in one of our classics in the athletic, Darrell added. Plus, we have an exciting collaboration with Valentino, which is hitting the market this fall. It says, turning to the stores, the CEO noted that over the last 2 years, Vans has closed out 140 stores and about 20% of its global network, which has improved profitability. So pretty much they're saying they had to, close some stores, but now they're going back and up. Well, that means they open up more stores. Well, I'm pretty sure they're going to see how sales do first, right? If I had to guess. The brand also is now reorientating about 90% of the full-price American stores to provide greater gender clarity and to focus the newness. It says, in the pilot store of the 5th Avenue in New York, we've delivered positive comms in the quarter one, which that's what Q1 stands for, significantly outperforming the rate of the fleet, Darrell noted. Over in the Europe and inflated and London stores generated 15% better revenue performance than the rest of the EMEA fleet, driven by the significant higher average selling prices of 35% or higher through a more premium product offering based on these early successes, where we'll be rolling out new retail playbooks to improve the assortment, curation, and navigation to the regions. So they're saying they're trying to bring back a plan here to get Vans back on the map. I will say this, the Young Bucks, right? And, I'm not saying I'm super old, but I say the Young Bucks are more of the Vans, right? Okay, You know, and there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like they definitely have a place. I mean, if they got their own storefront, I will say this, man. As much as I used to rock Vans back in the day, I never seen storefronts until I moved to like the area I live in now. You know what I'm saying? Now we actually have physical Vans stores, which I don't go in them anymore. But I mean, like, I would have loved to have a Vans stores back in the day when I was a kid growing up skateboarding, right? It says, as far as marketing, the CEO was most excited to highlight the relaunch of the Rap Tour, the Warp Tour, a rock music festival sponsored by Vans that started in 1995 and went dormant around 2018. Wow, I remember the Warp Tour. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I remember that. It says, we plan 3 locations and we intend to sell 50,000 tickets in each location, which would be about twice any single Warp Tour event and work event in history, Darrell said. Then we sold out all 3 events in hours. We added a lot more tickets and sold those out immediately too. So, I mean, it looks like they got a game plan together. Slayer says, I heard only hipsters wear Vans. Hey, don't start, bruh. I mean, at the end of the day, everybody got their own preference at the end of the day. I'm going to close out this article, and then we're going to go on to the Stevie Williams versus Eric Koston versus the Nike SB Air Max joints, which I want you guys' thoughts on those as well, because those are supposed to be slotted coming out this month as well, if I'm not mistaken. It says the tour, which has already kicked off, was already expected to have a modest impact for the brand, the CEO added. But he noted that the social media is a magical thing. This is a super powerful event for us. Darrell added, it's a fan fest. It's flat out, all out, huge fan fest. And I wish we could have had every investor standing in the middle of the monstrous crowd that I was in on Sunday, and you would have felt it. Come to Orlando in November. So that's when the next one's supposed to be coming right there. So let's transition on to the Stevie Williams beef real quick. Now this run, skate, chill slogan, right? This is what you find that, and I'm going to scroll to because we kind of covered this. Now I'm going to read mostly what he posted on Instagram, his thoughts on Stevie Williams, give my thought. I'm not going to read through this whole article because I'll never get off the live, right? Because obviously homie felt some type of way, but run, skate, chill has kind of been like his own thing. And let me clarify this real quick. I do have his Instagram up where he provided proof why he felt some type of way about this. Again, for the people who don't know, Stevie Williams is arguably my favorite skateboarder and of all time. I grew up skateboarding. Dunce can vouch for me. I rock with Stevie Williams. Now, other skateboarders I can think of like Kareem Campbell, right? Okay. But Stevie Williams kind of like took it off to another level. But here is what he had on his Instagram. I believe this is a saying. I'm going to try to see if I can play this. Y'all let me know if the audio comes through clear on this joint. Give me 1 second because I'm already sharing my screen. I already have this prepared. Let me see if I can play
Run,
this joint.
skate, chill. One skate, chill. Run, skate, chill.
This is from
One
back
skate,
in the
chill.
day.
Run, skate, chill. One skate, chill.
And he just
Run,
posted this
skate,
3 days
chill.
ago.
One skate, chill. Run, skate, chill. One skate, chill. Run, skate, chill. One skate, chill. Run, skate, chill. One skate, chill. Run, skate,
I know what y'all
chill.
saying.
One
It's on
skate,
repeat.
chill.
He gets it.
Run,
But he
skate,
did this on
chill.
purpose,
One
obviously.
skate, chill. Run, skate, chill. One skate, chill. Run, skate,
So this is
chill.
the thing,
One
right?
skate.
All right, we're done because that got annoying very quickly. But the point is, he's trying to say he created that slogan, right? Now, this is my thing, and I've been saying this time and time again. You may have been the person to come up with the slogan, right? But do you have it patent? Now, he's saying Eric Koston have been trolling him for years. This is the interview and the question and stuff like that. This is the ad right here that's kind of bothering him. So think about this. There's going to be a Nike SB Air Max. Now, why is this so significant with Stevie Williams? Now, if you look at the cover, right? This was back in like the early, like when he came out. This is Stevie Williams in his prime, younger days. That's your Air Max Neon 95 Neons. Ironically, right? Y'all know me, right? I've been wanting the Air Max 95 Neons since they were rumored supposed to drop this year. That's why it's in my feelings. As a kid that used to skateboard all the time, it's deeper than just these. The Neons is fire. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite people that I looked up to was rocking this joint. I really want these. I'm not going to pay resale for them, but skateboarders actually used to skate Air Max 95s. And it's on record that Eric Koston has put out himself on tape that the Air Max 95s, while he did like them, he did not skate in them. Stevie feel like, and the thing is too, well, Nike them is quiet, right? But I can see why Stevie feels some type of way. That's all I'm saying. is it a stretch saying, okay, dog, you may have been saying it way back in the day, but if you don't have it patent, you don't have a dog in this fight. But at the same time, maybe Stevie didn't know he could do this. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, and that's easier said than done. You know what I'm saying? You got to have something, you got to attach it to your brand. That's my thing. Is it attached to the DGK brand, which is that Stevie Williams brand? It's kind of one of those, like, it's if you know type of things. And I'm riding with Stevie on this one, but at the same time, I don't think it's not going to go. I don't think it's going to go anywhere legally. Again, whole live, a legend on an opinionated base. Stevie, I don't even know. He probably don't know who the freak I am. But I'm rocking with you on this one. But at the same time, dog, you got to know how far this is going to go. You know what I'm saying? To be fair. Let me hit the chat real quick. Devon says, what Stevie Williams has to understand is Nike uses and replace figureheads every day. They do. Devon says, just like Jordan is hot one day, someone is going to replace him. It's going to be hard, but yeah. And they've tried, you know. I mean, LeBron was supposed to be that, but the LeBron sneakers ain't taking off like that. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it 100. But Stevie also need to understand, like, I feel like what Stevie wants is his credit. And he definitely deserves it. He wants credit where credit is due. Now, this is what he posted on Instagram. Now, this is going to be a long read, so y'all bear with me, but I think this will close us out for the night. I'm going to see if I can get it. He says, for the record, this N-word, I'm not going to say exactly what he's saying because you guys see it up on the screen. He definitely says, Koston been trolling me for years with his goofy-ish from stealing 2 tricks of mine because I left chocolate, which chocolate is a skateboarding brand. I actually used to have a chocolate skateboard back in the day. Stevie created his own. No fun fact, just fun facts about that. He says, because I left chocolate, made a mockery of skateboarding of DGK, made Tex throw his board in the trash to the skate for the whack ass numbers, and now he's stealing the 95 Air Max Run Skate Chill Icon Love Park legacy and try to give his props to Kareem. He's the biggest culture vulture that tries to hide behind his cornery jokes and status, but he's a clown. And just because you think I'm sweet, I'ma flame you. N-word, stay in your lane, retard. You wasn't wearing Nikes, you was wearing S. Now, I called him ES growing up, which is another skateboarding brand, which, fun fact, Koston actually used to skate for ES. And I think he used to skate for another shoe company too before. I think he actually used to skate for ES. I think he skated for Lakai. And then he went over to Nike SB. So it was he wasn't, and not defending Stevie, but I see where Stevie's thought process is on this. Devon says Nike should give Stevie Williams his props at least. He should be over there. I think it should be under the brand. They got Paul Rodriguez over there. They got Nigel Hudson over there. Stevie should have been over there a long time ago. But the thing is with Stevie, no disrespect, Stevie, I rock with him heavy. And people say the same thing about me too. I can relate. Stevie doesn't have the clean image. You know? Stevie truly came from the gutter and came from nothing and was homeless at one point. He's from Philly. He's the guy that was sleeping outside on the concrete, you know? And while no, I've never been homeless, but people at my job that see me for the first time, they do stereotype, right? I'm just going to keep it 100. They stereotype until they're like, oh, man. And, you know, I've had certain people tell me, like, Jeremy cool as shit, but if I didn't know Jeremy, I would think otherwise. So, at first glance with Stevie, he probably does get a bad look too, which I don't see why, because he looks like a stand-up fellow to me. But at the same time, Nike also prefer, you know, they want a clean image to a certain extent. If you look at the Ja Morant joints, you know what I'm saying? He's kind of like an NBA young boy influence, right? He's influenced by him heavy, but they want him to clean up. And you notice he has, you know, to a certain extent anyway. It says, you was watching real N-words like me and Kareem wearing Nikes after we started skating while you was wearing your corny skate shoes. In his head, he thinks he's cool, but he's only a puppet to the groupies that run the itty programs. I'm saying that on purpose for YouTube. that think that I'm allow you to take from me and my culture, BITCH, ASS, words, can't see me. So Stevie definitely feels some type of way. He went on a rant about this. I'm not going to read through this whole thing. He said Virgil did predict this whole thing 5 years ago, RP to Virgil. Because again, I've showed you guys on Wednesday where he did receive a shoe from Virgil directly. So Stevie is a GOAT, man. And Stevie, this is my thing, right? While you may be in the right, sir, your approach is probably not the most professional approach. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get where he's coming from. Right message, but not the best delivery. If I'm going to sum it up, it's not the best delivery. And I'm riding with you. I'm a big Stevie Williams fan. You know what I'm saying? Case in point, right? Stevie, you was on DC's shoes. You know what I'm saying? When you created DGK, you was on DC's shoes with Rob Dyrdek and them, and what's the dude that put you on? Josh Collis, if I'm not mistaken. Josh Collis is the guy that, like, Stevie said that he was out in Cali, he didn't make it, he moved back, he ran into Josh. Josh motivated him to get back into skateboarding. He gave him a place to stay while he was homeless, and it was all she wrote, and that's all he needed. You know, that's how big a fan I am, because Stevie is motivation to me, right? He's super motivation to me. I look up to him. But I say all that to say, you was on DGK, and then I remember when you got the deal with Reebok. You know what I'm saying? Nike, them low-key, never really wanted you to really... I'm not going to say they didn't want you, but I mean, I'm pretty sure you probably wanted to get a deal with Nike, and that would be great. This is my thing. Why you got Shaq and Allen Iverson over at Reebok? They should be talking about doing the DGK, RBK spin-up again. And bring your Run, Skate, Chill slogan over there, and patent it where stuff like this don't happen again. You know what I mean? Why not? And again, let me clarify this. I know it's easier said than done. But that's that's obviously where you want the end goal. If you run, skate, chill, that's your vibe. Means run from the cops, skate, and chill out. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But that's my thing. You got to think long run. And again, you've been business mindset for so long, I'm surprised you didn't make that move. Or at least attempt to, and I don't know. But that's my whole thing. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it right there. I didn't mean to go on that rant. Let me hit the chat real quick. Devon says Nike should give Stevie Williams his props. At least they should. They most definitely should. But you know how Nike is, man. I mean, to be fair, I mean, they looking at Eric Koston. They already got all that. Do we really need that? You know what I'm saying? But I think he should go over to Reebok and make things happen again. Shaq, Allen Iverson, you guys should. And you guys, they could all win. But let's talk upcoming sneaker releases. I've been on the joint for like an hour and 2 minutes, man. I'm going to wrap this thing up for the night. Obviously, undefeated fours. These are already dropped. So, again, if you caught the W, salutes. If not, we got the sneakers app drop. Allegedly, they're supposed to be coming. So, you guys be patient for that as well. I would say don't panic buy right now. And then also, looks like I seen this floating around too. We have some CPFMs, which is pretty much the Cactus Plant flea market joints, Nike Dunk colorway surface. I don't know when these are dropped, but these caught my eye when I was looking at them. I was like, wow. And I know Dunks is a big fan of CPFM, so salutes to Dunks. And we had the stills drop today. And then next week, let me just check sneakers real quick before we get on up out of here. Let me just pull up the app. Let's see real quick, because it's going to be very interesting as well if what we're going to do here, because those stills, they sold out. Let me go to sneakers, upcoming, updated for next week. We got the Air Max 95s, the Blue Spark joints. They're supposed to be coming. And then there's a women like denim 4s that's supposed to be coming. And then the French Blue 12s, ironically, are wore mine today. Do I need a fresh pair? Yeah, I don't know. Next week should be a chill week for me, but that's pretty much coming up for next week. But let me put myself back on the main screen and wrap things up here for the night. Appreciate everybody for coming through and showing love and being active in the chat. As always, really means a lot for the kid. Y'all smash that like button and sub up. Tonight, we pretty much covered where the former Nike CEO John Donahoe went, which is pretty much he's at the Athletics now, pretty much. I think it's a college brand, if I'm not mistaken. So he's over there. Can't knock him for that. I mean, at the end of the day, homie still got to feed his family and take care of that. So pretty much, he's the director at Stanford's athletics. And then we covered the VF Corp that's trying to be covering a bounce back with their Vans and Timberland brands. Which, fun fact, pretty much Supreme used to be on them, but they're not anymore. So we covered that, and then of course we covered the Stevie Williams update. If you want to catch a full-on interview with Complex he did, it's right up underneath there. I'm very curious if they actually got it on video. I would like to actually see it on video too. I would love to play that. But other than that, man, I've been on the joint for like an hour and 5 minutes. Appreciate everybody for coming through and showing love. Definitely smash the like button, sub to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already, of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers. Occasional Tron Halls, y'all know we have Music Monday, which I'll be back live again on Monday. Until then, y'all smash the like button, sub up, sign up for the Sold Out Discord, and yeah, more content on the way. And yeah, I am officially out this thing, man. Peace.
December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. enough I can remember. Got enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Open my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. Got enough I can remember. Got enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. Got enough I can remember.